Is there something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? Guys, I've used professionals to help me perform my best in the cage. Now, our show sponsor, BetterHelp, can help you perform better in life. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist in just 48 hours. This is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's a professional counseling done securely, online at your convenience from anywhere in the world. There's a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 14,000 plus counselor network. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your counselor. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions, so you'll never have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room again. It's more affordable than traditional online counseling, and financial aid is available. Visit betterhelp.com/Chael. That's going to save you 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, and join the over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. Dana was weighing in on TJ Dillashaw, and he said he is not ruling out the possibility of TJ Dillashaw coming back, walking right into a title fight. Interesting for a few reasons, right? Because TJ's saying the same thing, and TJ's not being a jerk about it. TJ's going, man, I'm not telling you guys I'm going to do a title shot. My impression has always been when I come back, I'm getting a title shot. Now, before you guys get your panties in a bunch, there is a history behind this. I could bring Anderson Silva into it by example. I could bring John Jones into it multiple times by example, where that is the way it works. And if you're forgetting, when TJ went out, TJ was the champion of the world. They stripped him of his belt. I mean, as part of his punishment. He was the sitting champion of the world. 2 years ago, quick history lesson, not only the champion of the world, who was pursuing the very coveted champ status. So it wouldn't be unrealistic that a guy come back for a title that he never lost. At the same time, from a PR perspective, if you want to get worked up, I'm not going to be the guy to push back and then well, Chael, that's because you were in his shoes and you're defending. I'm more just making a statement for you that historically speaking, he's not the first guy to stub his toe. He wouldn't be the first guy. He wouldn't even be the second guy to walk right back in and be given an opportunity to pick up where he left off. Before you look at that side of the coin as him getting the favor, make sure you see the other side of the coin, which is the sitting champion who would like to close the book on any doubt, who doesn't want people walking around going, well, yeah, you're the champion while TJ's out. He is now getting an opportunity, and he's getting what he wants. So if you give TJ what he wants, that's the only way you can give the sitting champion what he wants. Otherwise, you're punishing the sitting champion, Peter, who did nothing wrong. Make sure you think of it from that perspective. Just when the PR and the politics come in, you go, I don't want this guy to get what he wants. But Jan did nothing wrong. And this is what Jan would want. Keep that in mind. Not my overarching argument here. I thought it was interesting that Dana said that because something's going on in that division. There's been a fox in the hen house in that division for 8 months now. And we've never got to the bottom of it. It stayed very quiet. But when Aljo defeated Sandhagen in like 40 seconds, a shocking match, things could not have gone any better for Aljo that night. But when he did that, we were told extremely clearly that the winner of that contest would be fighting the winner of Aldo versus Jan. And that fight not only hasn't happened, that fight didn't even get signed until recently. That fight didn't even get signed until Sandhagen took a microphone and ruined his own immediate future, right? I mean, you guys remember that? They weren't giving Aljo that fight, and all of a sudden Sandhagen is in a featured match, and it appeared that, hey, if Sandhagen looks good, we're going to swipe this Aljo business, and we're going to go with Corey. Not only does Corey look good, he looked highlight reel good. You guys remember the spinning wheel kick, and he catches him on just a video game. It looks like Demetrius Johnson level stuff out there. They're about to pull the Montreal screw job on Aljo until Sandhagen takes the microphone and says, Yeah, I know Aljo's next, and I'll wait in line behind him. I go, okay, well, I guess we got to give it to Aljo. Now, I only bring that to you because what happened there? I don't know. Aljo was saying he wants to fight. I've never heard anything different, but it was looking as though something was happening behind the scenes. The organization had been very clear to say, we want the winner of Sandhagen and Aljo to have the fight, which we acknowledge in front of the world was Aljo. But then they weren't giving the fight. I'm just saying something weird has been going on there. Now it appears, okay, Aljo and Jan are going to settle business, but now we're hearing this talk that TJ could just walk right in. I mean, something is going on at 135 and has been for a period of time that we haven't got to the bottom of. And if you go in any direction with TJ that is not a road that leads directly to Uriah Faber's door, I think it's a miss. And I would have no problem. I'll tell you right now, I got no problem if TJ comes right back in. Rob Font had made a comment. He said, it'll be interesting to see TJ come back for the psychological, the mental side of him not having the substances. And that's very real. You can read stuff on that. They will talk about guys that use performance enhancers that when they don't have them, that psychologically they think, oh, I can't do this now. Right? Popeye without his spinach. He-Man without his sword. Right? I mean, it's one of those things. For some reason, I don't predict that's going to happen with TJ. And for that some reason, guys like Cub Swanson, guys like Juan Archuleta, that see TJ in the room day in and day out, knew him back when he was using that stuff, know him now when he's not, they say he's better now. And these are closed doors talk. These aren't his buddies coming out on ESPN and trying to get their friend over. That's not what it is. If you run into Cub Swanson in the lobby of a hotel one-on-one, you go, hey, man, how's TJ doing? His face will light up, and he'll tell you, man, he's working harder than ever. He's thrashing around like he never has before. Archuleta says the same thing. They say he's better now than he was then privately. This is what they will tell you privately. I think that means something, right? I mean, a guy comes in with a reputation like anybody else. Reputation on Dillashaw is he's on fire right now. So does he come in for the time? I don't know where he's going to go. I know what I want. Him and Uriah have got to get together. They just have to get together. And if TJ goes and fights for a belt, TJ's probably winning a belt. I don't know that Uriah wants to go into a 5-round main event world title. Maybe he does. I don't know that he does. I think the more likely way to get these guys together in a fight that has to have, this fight has everything on it that Colby and Masvidal has. It's the same fight. It's the same story. It is the same. This has to happen. This isn't a rankings issue. This isn't big cash grab. This fight has to, some guys have to fight. Faber and Dillashaw got to fight.